VocalBooth.com is a modular sound enclosure manufacturer. So we can build anything from a very small enclosure for testing all the way up to the ones that you get to go in and have a full band in if you need to.
Why did the company get started?
The company got started back just around 1997 with the owner. He was living actually in a garage at the moment and was doing some singing and songwriting and needed to isolate himself. So he built a little enclosure and thought, hey, there might be other people that want to be able to have this as well. And so then he actually built the first one, advertisement on the internet, as juvenile as the internet was at that point, and somebody bought one in New Jersey. So he rented a U-Haul truck, was finishing the booth on his drive out there, delivered it, and the guy comes by every year at NAB and still says, hey, I have number one, and it's still great. So it's still out there. From there, it just blossomed into a company that we went up more levels of isolation, lots of different offerings, and right now we're full-blown across all kinds of different industries.
Which gets me to the best question. What have you got that's new at NAB?
Yeah, I'm excited you asked. The biggest one for us is the Silver Series Vocal Booth. This is a 4x4 booth, and it goes together really easy. It's only 12 bolts to put together, and the other thing that we wanted to do was bring the price down. The cost of everything's going up, and as we saw that going on with our old Silver Series, we were like, how can we reverse that direction? So the new booth is $37.50 shipped anywhere in the US. That includes ventilation, lighting, cable passage ports, full coverage on the foam, and then again, the really easy installation, and we take all that guesswork out of you. It delivers right to your door for that price.
Well, I will confess, being an owner of a vocal booth several years ago, and you're right, they're incredibly well built. One of the challenges, though, is trying to keep up with the market. What are you seeing as the needs of the market? What trends are you seeing that you're trying to meet?
Absolutely. So the biggest pivot that we've made is bringing down the barrier of entry for our vocal booths. It's always been kind of a step up. Like if you're ready to spend $5,000 or $6,000, then it's great. Those are the people that are really pushing, this is their full-time job now, and they can reinvest into that. We were getting so many calls for people saying, hey, I'm starting out, or I don't need such a big booth. I need something maybe $2,000 or under. So that's where we invented the VO1. That just Velcros together, ships out UPS, and you pop it up in a corner, and it sounds really, really good. So maybe you have a good office space, and you can put this right in the corner and get going. So that's been really, really great for people who, number one, are starting. Number two, just education. So maybe they don't need a crazy level of isolation, but the students are learning podcasting, so they can run in there, do their stuff with an iPad, and then get out as well. And that's the same thing. We've done that trend to the Silver Series. Also making that to where it's available online now. You can just go ahead, pick out all of your colors, and order that thing online, and it ships right out.
For people that haven't heard of Vocal Booth or had a chance to work with your gear, what important points do you want them to know?
The important points to know for VocalBooth.com vocal booths are, I'd say, number one, the ease of putting them together. We make sure that everything is built in our factory to 100% before we ship it. So that means every booth is made to order. We put it together, we go by, we quality check every piece. We make sure that when that thing goes into the crate, we know it's going to come out 100% what the client's expecting and fit their space. And the other thing is our ventilation. Our ventilation is hands down the best in the industry, and that's a simple thing by physics. So we've got the right size of ventilation, we've got the right size of ventilation fans, and our fans are quiet. They can run the entire time. So, it can get really warm when you're in there for long form, either doing interviews or doing long form narration as well. The other thing is we do is STC rated glass and windows on all of our booths, so that the windows are not a weak spot. We also build all of our doors in-house. So all of these things mean just like we're controlling things from the very bottom vertically all the way up to the top, even manufacturing the metal and the pieces that go together so that we know that the quality is paramount.